Hiya, Becky here. Welcome back to Becky's Crafts and Goodies. Now I've just got a little project share that I want to share with you this morning. I made these last night. Now if you remember, I had a trip to Hobbycraft not long ago where I went over with my birthday money just to get a few bits and pieces. So what I did pick up, I'll just move this chair, were these signs, these little letters, sorry. I don't know if you can remember in my haul video, they were just little blank brown letters. So what I did to start with was painted them over with this, I don't know if you can see it, it's like a grey chalky paint. So I gave it was one coat, and then I just had to touch up a couple of little areas. And you tend to find with chalk paint, you don't have to do sort of lots and lots of coats because it does coat quite well. So after I'd done that, I painted all the letters the same. So they're all the same all the way over. And then I got some of this paper, like deco sheets. Now, you can buy Decopatch paper. This one, I think, if my memory serves me correct, I bought it from the range a while ago. Now, I love this floral design. It's very shabby chic, so I wanted to use that on this project. So what I did next was I actually covered it using a whole flat sheet. Now, we know the method where you can tear the paper and you get the brush and some Mod Podge or any kind of similar adhesive. So you get that, dip your brush in, and you kind of put bits on like that, probably, well, smaller than that, and you paint it with your brush to cover it over. But in this case, what I actually did was paint the whole of the letter in the Mod Podge, and then I got a sheet, and I avoided the crease because it was creased, and then laid it over the top like that, so it was one complete flat sheet there. Then put another layer of the Mod Podge on the top, and because it's not napkins and it's this paper, you can actually just paint straight on with the Mod Podge. Just be careful, but it shouldn't rip. Then I just left it to dry. So it's been quite hot in the UK, so I just left it to dry. Once it had dried, you have, because I went all the way over it, you have lots of extra that we need to get off. Now, a tip for that is, after you've left it to dry, you get a nail file, just any nail file will do, and you stroke the nail file away from the product like that. And what that does is it tears all the way down where you're doing it, and it makes it really easy to sort of eke it off, and it leaves a lovely, nice line. Now, if you were to try and cut that and stick it on, it would be an absolute nightmare and you'd get in such a pickle. So that's my tip, is to do it that way. Now, once I'd done that and it had dried, what I did was got some of the Wild Orchid Craft flowers and just stuck one in the corner. So I did that on all the letters. Now, all I've got to do now is to just put another layer of Mod Podge over the back. I've got some on the front, just over the back, and that will act as a sealer, and it will finish it and keep this paint quite protected and nice. So as you can see, that says Mum, and that's a gift to my mum. And I loved it that much, I thought, well, I'm going to make something for myself. So I can't really make a mum sign for myself, even though I am a mum. So I started and made this. So let me show you, let's just move that up there. Let me show you what I made, and here are all the bits and pieces that I used. Now, I've got this heart. I've had these hearts for a while now. Now, this is a smaller one to the one that I actually used. So, but I thought I'd use this for the purposes just to show you. So what I did in this case is I didn't paint over it in the first instance. I used a blank heart, and then I covered it in the same deco sheet paper because I wanted something myself which was in this pattern. I used the traditional method where you rip the pieces of paper and then paint it on with your brush and cover it with the Mod Podge. And I went over with 2 layers of paper so you couldn't see any of the brown underneath. So after I'd done that, I wanted to use some lace. So if I bring in what I actually made just to show you. then you can see. So if you can see underneath, you've got the heart, which is covered in the paper, which I just explained. And then I put this part on here. And all that was, it's a big piece of lace here that I bought from eBay. You can use any type, but this is the sort I wanted. And all I did, if you can see it's sort of double there, is I just folded it over. So it gave a sort of overlapping effect. And then you could kind of see more of the lacy frilly design. And then what I did is, I'll show you on this blank one, even though this lace is too big for this, is I just wrapped it round and cut it and glued it on and stuck it down at the back. So once that part was on, I wanted to add, let me show you on the back of this because you can see it a bit easier. I wanted to add something extra around the top. And I just looked through my stash and I had some lace, which is sort of trim with these little gems and pearls and flowers on. So I thought it looked nice just to overlap the top of it, just to give that edge a finish. Now I wanted to keep the back pretty plain, but I did actually come up in like a peak there. I thought that looked quite pretty rather than having it flat. So I wanted to decorate the front a little bit more shabby chic, a bit over the top really, but that's kind of the look that I wanted. So what I did, bearing in mind you've got the front, which was just like this, I got some of my Wild Orchid Craft flowers. If you remember, I did a haul video of that a little while ago. And I just started to layer them up, and I just placed them on with my hot glue gun where I thought that they looked nice. And all you have to do for this is just snip the back here. It's wire, but it does snip very easily. Leave enough on so you can actually bend it over so it's not sharp, and just cut a little bit there. Put a dab of glue from the glue gun on the back, and then I just place them wherever I thought. So for this one, we've got some of the larger flowers here. We've got some of the larger white, well, cream type, and then some slightly smaller pink, and some of the tiny pinks I put in there as well. So that's it. That's what I made for myself, which I'm going to hang in the craft room, but I'm quite pleased with how it turned out. I did think about changing this or maybe putting some bows or something on there, but I felt that it was decorative enough and it still had that shabby chic look without putting anything else. I didn't think it needed anything else added. So there we go. There's two little quick ideas that you can do. These letters are very cheap to pick up. They were more expensive in Hobbycraft. They were £1.10 for this size, and in the range I noticed they had them for £1 each, and they're on 3 for 2 at the moment. So if you wanted to have a go, maybe you could do something for your children's bedroom or something like that. It's quite a good, easy project to do, and if you can get the letters at a good price and the paper at a good price, it's relatively inexpensive as well. So I hope you've enjoyed this little project share. If you haven't already subscribed, then please subscribe and give us a thumbs up if you like it, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care for now. Bye.